All right, welcome to the Ox Billiards stream. In the booth here, Zach Ross joining me. Kyle Leck, how you doing tonight?
Hey, doing great.
We've got Michal Rybak versus Dustin Hinshaw. They are playing APA Masters format. Looks like Dustin won the lag here. And I believe he's choosing 9-ball.
They're starting with 9.
Yeah, so maybe he chose the break and then Michal chose 9.
Okay, right.
We will soon find out. Yep, so Michal's going to rack for Dustin. Should be a pretty good match.
Winter break in the APA format?
Yeah, winter break. They are allowed to use jump cues. I think the only really big difference is that there's no 3-foul in 9-ball
Right.
for APA. And
They
then
can push, though, right?
They can.
Yeah,
so they can push, they can jump. There's no 3-foul. And then for 8-ball, it's APA rules. So 8 on the break wins. If you cue ball scratch on the 8-ball, it's also a loss. And then you do not have to call pocket. So, okay, looks like maybe they're going to do a rack your own situation here.
Okay.
But it's fine.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. All right, since they are doing a race to 11, I believe it will be 13 racks of 9-ball, and then they will switch to 8-ball if need be. Pretty good break. I like the spread. He doesn't have the most easy shot on the 1, but it is bankable.
Yeah, it's interesting. Whenever the 1 gets up table like that, I feel like my cue ball is usually at the bottom of the table. All right, we got a couple of Dustin fans and a Michal fan. What's up, chat? Oh, perfect. There you go. Okay, I think he tried to play safe there. Is he going to get away with it? Turned out different than he thought. I think there's a cuttable shot here.
Yeah, pretty thin cut here. Cue ball will kind of be at least sent 3 rails around the table. He might be able to get below the 2.
I think you can flick this with inside and land on the 2 for that corner he was just standing at.
Oh, interesting. I see what you're saying.
I think you could, I think you can lessen that angle that you're more likely to get with some, maybe like 1 o'clock on the cue ball here. And that's what he maybe, he got into it a little bit though. Maybe put a little more follow action on that. Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, probably gonna be looking at a 2 rail here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he has to go pretty tight into this 2-railer. He wants to take that at
I think
that
that's where he's
route.
going for the 1 now. He says, shoot, if I can hit it and flick it in, maybe that's even better. He'll be above the 4-ball. Well, he missed the ball entirely, though, unfortunately.
Wait for it. Ooh.
Almost.
Oh, he said it touched it. Okay.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll have to watch that on the replay
It was
later.
just barely.
Maybe the wind knocked it. And I
barely
didn't see
brushed.
It jiggle. Yeah. Could be. Well, this is interesting. I feel like if I'm Michal, I'm trying to freeze him to the 9-ball here.
As opposed to just making the shot.
Yeah, just stop shot it. Why not? It's just going to roll back. Who cares where? If you're on top of the 9 glued to it, don't think there's any hope for making a nice shot here. But that could be easier said than done.
Yeah, I kind of actually like him going like 3 rails on this one.
I think he's playing safe. He's leaving that at the bottom. Nope. He's going for it. Okay, I dig it. Got nice position there. Get off the rail. Not too bad, except it's going to be a tricky business to get back down to the 6 if he makes this from the 5. Yeah, that's tough. How do you like trying to lay on the 5 here? Slow roll this ball?
I would just sort of hit it with medium speed.
Medium.
Yeah, kind of like this.
Well, that's a little tough for medium, but that might work fine. It's cuttable from up there. Maybe that's fine. Take your medicine on this shot here.
Yeah, I don't mind him stop shotting this 5 and then having a cut on the 6.
Yeah, it should work fine.
Because if you try to follow, you're just a little too straight on the 5.
I think he could follow. I mean, even as long as he doesn't leave himself on the top rail, I think it's okay. It's a fine shot. Looks like he's following this. Oh, he tried to get a little closer to that 6. He tried to get a lot closer to that 6 ball.
Yeah, so he's going to get lucky here.
Okay. Oh, it's 9 ball. That's fine.
But with the force follow there, it's really hard to sort of manufacture that angle because of how straight he was.
Yeah. I mean, he ended up with a nice shot on the 6.
For sure.
But
yeah.
if it were 10 ball, he'd be ruining the day.
So I actually like to come above the 7 on this shot. He has enough angle for it.
I dig it too. What do you like drawing this? 2 rails out?
No, I think if he hits us with a little bit of top left and it just goes right by the 8. But he's actually going to go
in between the 8.
He's going to go 2 rails. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine too.
Just to get up here
Yeah.
is what I was saying, yeah. Because then everything kind of flows naturally into each shot.
Yeah, you do have to get a little higher on that 7 than you think, because if you get low, then you're going around rails again.
Mm-hmm.
He should be okay here. He might be able to punch off that side rail and land somewhere center table, a little closer on the, I guess the side that he's standing on now. He's thinking about it. I wonder if he thinks he can just draw this back a bit. I might do that if it looks open enough. Yeah. Nice shot. Ooh, with the slow roll. Got that position. Forgot to make the 8, though.
Yeah, the problem with floating that, I would have preferred like sort of a stun follow.
I was thinking the same. I was like, man,
Because
do
that way
you
you
roll this or you stun follow an inch? It feels difficult to stun follow an inch, but it also feels difficult to roll the ball, as we just saw. But he got that thick, and it did not come back where he wanted, so now he's going to have to bank it or take that back cut. What do you like?
I like the cut here.
I think I do too.
Yeah, it's pretty natural. On that draw, he was stretched out, so he didn't get enough action on the bottom.
That'll do it.
But he should be out here.
Oh, nice. No problems. Flirting with that side pocket, flirting with that corner. But he's got the first one on the board.
It is winner break format here. APA Masters format, so.
Okay, looks like they're just doing rack your own.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right, wing ball, corner pocket. It's looking pretty good on this one. May have to settle for a 2-6 combo unless he can sort of stun draw off of this left long rail and get sort of above the 9 here. So you can take the 2 in the corner.
Yeah. I don't think I don't mind the 2-6. I think you're going to be liable to land on the rail here, leave yourself the angle you want to make that 2-6. Oh, shoot. He came back.
Yeah.
At it,
he did the shot that I was, that was sick.
That was a great shot then, because I think he's got enough to make this no problem. Just needs to come back to the other side now and get that 3 kind of where he's standing probably. Or you just draw up a little for the 4 in the top left.
I played this with almost like 1 or 2 o'clock on the cue ball outside. So when it goes into the rail, you come back up table and have the 3 on the lower right. Yeah, just like that with some spin.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, because the 5 looks a little weird to get on.
Yeah, as long as he can, he would have actually liked to fall a little bit shorter on this 3 just so he could have a little more angle off of the rail to get the 4. But I think he can sort of manufacture an angle here.
I wonder. I feel like you got to play underneath the 5. And how's he going to do that from here?
Well, he's still got the 4.
Well, I know, but...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Now what, right? That's what I'm saying. This is what I thought he was going to shoot. And then I'm like, well, how is that advantageous to get on the 5? It's not. What would be, though, is if you got back out center table, I guess, to try to get underneath the 9 to get underneath the 5. But it seemed like a lot of work just to get to the 5. But I don't think it goes in the bottom left. I don't think it goes in the bottom right. I think it has to go in the top right or the side.
Yeah, he's looking at the right side now, so he's going to be following this up to the short rail.
Unless the 7 goes.
I don't know if I would leave myself a combo. I think he's either going to try to go cue ball short rail into the 9 and kind of bump it, or land below.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna need some,
it was a good try.
Yeah, that drift, though, to the left didn't help. But, I don't know. Maybe now he'll kick that 7 in.
Yeah.
Or do you call the 5 in the top right?
I think the 9 is just maybe barely blocking. So I think in this instance...
That's what I'm saying. He's got to kick at it either way. Which one do you call?
Well, I mean, you don't have to really call anything, right?
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting it's a 9 ball. They can just spray and pray if they want. You got Papa Whammer in the chat. Rikda or Rikda. Okay, nice hit. Almost made that ball. See, that's what I'm saying. Which one would you have chosen if it was 10 ball?
Sure.
Nice shot, though.
Yeah. I like the bank here. It looks pretty good.
Yep. Sure like it better than kicking because the cue ball's not going anywhere if you try to kick at it, I don't think.
He actually might be looking for a safe here.
Could be. Not a bad idea. Hard to get on the 7.
He hits the thin 6, send that to the short rail. Oh, no, he didn't get it. Oh, maybe he did.
Oh, I think he got away with it. Almost.
This is good.
On the rail, yeah.
This is good. He gave distance. He's on the rail.
It's a pressure shot.
I guess the good thing for Michal here is that if he just hits this smooth, and he doesn't really need a ton of power, but he should actually get a pretty good look on the 7.
It should be automatic. Nice shot. Got into it a little bit more than he thought, I bet.
A little close to his work. The problem with this being so close is that he wants to hit the tangent line on the 7, but the cue ball will head just above the side pocket on the left.
You have to, you definitely have to back cut this and decide which side of the 9er you want to land on here based off of how that cue ball is going to react off that, just above the side pocket on that rail, like you're saying. So if he juices it, he wants to come back to where he's standing now. If he wants to hold it, he could try that too, but that feels a little more dangerous to me.
I feel like holding is more of a float stun, which is what I would shy away from.
Because you want that tiny bit of spin after that rail to get yourself a tiny more, less angle on the 9 toward that bottom corner that he's standing in. But it's like he's taking his time because it takes a minute to figure out how you want to land on this 9 right here. This is a delicate shot for the 7.
Yeah, I would prefer he stuns this just above the point on the side pocket and come back across to where his hand is.
Yep, I like that. Easier said than done, though. How'd he hit it?
Oh, perfect.
How did he hit it?
He hit it real sweet.
Off the rail. Perfect. Nice shot. Those are confidence instilling shots right there when you're like, okay, 1 shot, done. 2 shot. Oh, it's tough. All right, got a tie ball game.
All right, chat. Let me know what you think the final score in this match will be. 1-1 game here. Both these players shooting really well, so I honestly think it's still up in the air, but let's see what you think.
Oh, that 8 ball. Ruining the fun.
Yeah, it was a pretty good break. The cue ball kind of got away a little bit, but it did come back out into a favorable spot. Suspect if he doesn't want to kick at this, he will push, but I mean, you kick this, you have to kick it kind of soft because if you hit it hard, you'll be breaking it out from the 8.
Yeah, you're definitely wanting to kick this with the idea you lock him up on top of that 1 somehow. Or maybe you get lucky and you kick the 1 out of there and you stay behind the 8 somehow. But I don't think that shot's there. I think he's got to decide he's going to roll up on top of it or push out somewhere clever.
He actually, God, is he going to actually try to thin this? He is thinning it.
Did.
Yeah.
Nice shot. That was pretty well executed if it stays out of the drink. And, well, it gave up a shot.
Yeah, that was the problem with that particular back cut. I don't think there was enough angle to get behind the 8. I kind of would have liked the slow roll 2-railer, or at least like long rail first into the 1, and you're kind of like tying it up onto the 8.
I don't know that I think he was banking on getting behind the 2 rather than getting the 1 behind the 8. Because that looked like it was more there. I think if he had a little more pace on that cue ball, it would have gone behind the 2.
Well, Dustin got the position he wanted, but missed the 1. So, Michal back at the table. Couple predictions in the chat. 11-7 Dustin or 11-9 Michal. I like those predictions. They're both pretty close. I think this will be a close match. I've been pretty fortunate with sort of setting up matches that have been close, which is what I hope for every time these happen.
Heck yeah. I always like a good hill match. Uh-oh.
He played a little too careful, I think, on that one.
Yeah, he was trying to just float right behind the 2, huh? Or do you think he was trying to make that?
That's a good question. Because he didn't really leave himself on the 2 at all.
Right.
Nice shot here from Dustin. He may have to consider going 2 rails here. Kind of come back above the 3. He played it with inside right.
Okay.
Nice shot.
That was, I guess, a perfect touch on that 9 ball. He would have been all the way up on that rail if the 9 ball didn't come into play. And now he's got a kind of a nice position, except looks a little treacherous to get to the 4, although I think he'll be okay. Oh, okay. Goes for the safety play. Is he going to get there? He might. I think he got away with it.
He did. Yeah, it was a smart shot. Barely gives Michal a look, but I think he's probably going to be kicking short rail here at the top.
You can see that pretty nicely. That was a well executed safety right there.
So he moved the 7 with his stick.
Oh, he did. They do it on all
And
ball fouls or not?
No, APA format, you can kind of get away with whatever.
You know, I learned, at least in our division, it's now that if your opponent does that, accidentally moves a ball, if your opponent does that, you, as their opponent, must move it back.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's no option. I thought it was an option. This guy did this to me last night, and I'm like, what do you mean? It's an option. You leave it right there. And he says, nope, you must move it back according to these rules. Looked at the rules. Sure enough, I thought that was interesting. So
Did you move it in front of a pocket? That was
no,
favorable
I
to
moved
you?
it back without thinking too hard about it. I was like, well, I don't care. Whatever. You know, it didn't really matter. It was more of a,
Sure.
you know, I was just curious. I think it's a bylaw thing that we went back to, but it's neither here nor there.
I mean, I always assess it. Have you moved it into a position that might be favorable for you?
That's why I feel like it should be up to your opponent to decide they're going to move it back or tell the other player that committed the foul.
Well, if I commit the foul, I expect my opponent to want to move it back. I'm the one who made the error. It should be my opponent is deciding where to move the ball.
Ooh. I think in as such, though, I feel like I like the right to say, no, you messed it up. You can leave it there, but you can keep shooting. I like that idea. The idea that I have to move it back to where I think it was, even though I'm not on the table, I don't like that idea.
I see what you're saying. In APA, they are forcing you to make a decision on moving it back.
I had to do it. He looked at the and I was like, what? I thought I could tell you to just leave it there. And
That's
but it doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, I was just like, what? I guess it is what it is. All right. I like laying up behind the 8 right here.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to be aggressive, I agree.
Oh, he went the other way? Okay. I don't dislike that either. If he gets behind the 9, he almost got there.
Yeah, I just need a little more oomph in that one.
Now he's going to get the same thing right back.
Yeah, for sure. I expect Michal to do the exact same thing. Basically send this 4 up between the first and second diamonds on the top and bring the cue ball down below 7-9.
Oh, he's trying to get right behind the
opposite.
8. He hit that tough, though.
Yeah, he hit it pretty firm. I think I would have just kind of liked repeating what Dustin did on that one, just keeping the 4 up there. But here we are. Yeah, got the leave he wanted. All right, well, I think if Michal makes this 4, he's going to be in pretty good position, especially if he ends up on the right side of the table. he can draw off of that 5 and get below the 7 into the side pocket.
Yeah, I was wondering if the 7 went down past the 9 or not.
It might barely go, and it's kind of one of those shots that you can maybe hit rail first if you hit it soft
speed,
with
yeah.
pocket speed, but
Oh, try to leave himself a little angle to do what you're saying, I think, which is come underneath it. Pretty good speed, I think. Gave himself a back cut. But you can get on that right below. You can almost land yourself. I'm imagining getting to the spot right now. If I miss the 8, I'm trying to get to the spot.
looks like he's actually going to go above the 8.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe it does pass.
Yeah, it must.
I hope it passes enough to where he feels like he can shoot this a little confidence. I guess he could stop shot it. Even then, I feel like if you try to slow roll this, suddenly you're jeopardizing your position on the 8 ball. But if you can stop shot this, you should be out.
If he stop shots this, the cue ball will sort of stun our left, just a little bit. Which will give him a steeper shot on the 8, so I'm kind of curious.
Oh, he had a lot of room. He did try to cheat it a bit, though.
Yeah, so he did leave himself a pretty good shape on the 8.
Yeah, that would have been fine. Even coming out a little bit left. Yeah, would have been all right. But now it's kind of tricky. Is he on that corner exactly? Is he a little above it? The 7? This looks treacherous.
I actually think this is a long kick. Yeah. Long kick here.
Gosh, for what?
And if you can catch the rail almost just before the 7, it'll give you enough angle to come out 2 rails. Or I guess 3 technically, because he wants to hit the rail before the 7. But if he hits the 7 super full, he's going to be stuck down here.
Right.
So I'd hit this with speed and just hope that I can hit just before the 7. Yeah, see, hit it too full.
Use that inside, hit it real full. Yeah, that's tough. Good effort, though. If he had hit that rail just a little bit prior to that contact with the 7, I think he would have been doing exactly what you're saying, which just may have scooted out. I don't know if he would have made it to the second rail, though, with the inside. Okay, likes a little draw action. Okay, good. It's always interesting to see how people prefer to follow or draw on a ball and hand shot.
I mean, if you're hitting draws as sweet as Dustin hit that draw,
Sure,
then
yeah. That's what I mean. Either way, it feels like just a indicator of where your confidence is at in your own game. But
for sure.
Just always interesting. So I feel like I like follow, and so it's always when someone draws at it, I'm like, oh, you taking an extra risk? No, it's just people feel equally comfortable with both.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point. I know several players that prefer draw, but I feel like the more you work follow into your game, the more useful it becomes. And, I mean, obviously draw is a very necessary shot in your toolkit. And in that particular option, you had ball in hand, so it's like whatever, you know?
No, I'm with you. I think you
But there are some
know
specific
both,
shots that you need to hit with follow.
for sure. It is easier to predict, I think.
Especially when you're hitting follow with rails involved.
Right.
You can kind of control your speed a little bit better. But in that instance, it was, he could have came out anywhere, middle table.
Right.
It would have been fine.
Okay, went with the soft break. That worked real well for a lot of people over the weekend. I'm trying to do that more now.
Yeah, after watching Daniel start on Celio's
Holy
break.
crap,
Yeah.
he put 2 miles an hour on that ball. I got to try that. I can't even shoot it that soft. Michael asking the big questions. We'll have to have a commentators playoff. Everybody that's commentated.
Yeah, we can do
We
that.
do a round robin. Oh, wow. Did he go for it? I'm surprised he shot that ball.
I almost think he wanted to play safe, but
Yeah.
because he hit it so sweet that it actually came out too far.
Right. You're not wrong, Brando. He was shooting some real nice breaks over the weekend. Okay. Ooh, is it going to get there?
Yeah, catches the 5 a little bit, but he does have a look at the 2. I really do like him sort of back cutting this 2 and banking it to hide it between the 7-9. But if he wants to be aggressive, then going for the 2 in the corner, he should be able to sort of skate by the 7-9-5.
Yeah, I like doing exactly that. I was trying to get behind the 7. Ooh, that's going to leak, though, I think. I don't know if it leaked enough to make it. He might have a bank shot on the 2.
I think I would have preferred sending the 2 to where the cue ball is, because when you back cut, the cue ball had a very clear path to go 2 rails back up table.
Yeah.
And it would have sort of hid behind these 3 balls on the right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all right.
He's shooting at this like he can make it.
I think he can possibly cut it into that side pocket.
Then go where with the cue ball? Yeah, you're going over there. Oh. Okay.
Yikes, yeah.
So I was wondering. I was like, I think you could bank this if you wanted to stay up table, but I don't know how you're getting over there. If you could make the ball, which clearly he did, like how are you getting out of that corner there? All right, you just got to get below the 5, and then he should be out.
Yeah, for sure. If he gets below the 5, I do not see any problems with this rack. Yeah, Jacob in the chat, I agree, the 2-way on that one earlier. He just overhit it.
Yeah. I think he planned for the side on that one, but he should be just fine still. Makes it a little
I actually
weird
think he came out too far.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think he was going for the side. Now I think he's got to go for the corner, which shouldn't be a problem necessarily, but the 6 ball makes you think twice about it.
Yeah, because the last thing he wants to do is be like almost frozen below the 6.
Oh, yeah, see.
Which
yeah. I was thinking he might go for the side anyway.
Nah.
Just thin it in and get in front of the 6, come back down table and up. But yeah, that was tricky. I think you're right. I think he did overhit it just a little, and that double think on, and I guess now I'm going for the corner suddenly makes it kind of tricky because the 6 ball was large.
Yeah, he would have had a jump at this 5 anyway, so it was almost like falling in between decisions. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go for the corner, but I also have not hit it hard enough.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he should be good.
Yeah.
Draw back a couple inches here.
Yeah, a little pinch draw. Maybe just a pinch stop shot. Get you that draw back to the left an inch. Yeah. Okay. Pretty good.
Yeah, I think Dustin's out from here. Depending on how he lands on the 7, he can stay below the 9 or come back above it.
Yeah, I like drawing back maybe 2 inches. Oh, okay. Well, that might be fine.
It's a little awkward.
Man, I almost like trying to get above the 9. I'd have to look at it from his angle.
I think in this circumstance, you go above the 9 via the rail.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm drawing at this ball, try to get just on that inside of it. But I could be too flat. He doesn't need to. Yeah, I can go just like that. I like that shot better.
Overran it just a hair, but he should be good here.
Nice shot. 3-1 Hinshaw.
Two balls on the break. Really good leave on the 1 here. Friendly bump on the 4 there. I like him just following this down. Yeah, he's looking at that position. He is going to have to come up with a 5-8 combo, but looks pretty dialed. So as long as he can get on this 4, which he hit very sweet. Stun this one out just a little bit. Wants to be about halfway mid-table, maybe on the right third of the table here for the 5-8.
Uh-oh.
He actually caught that 4 a little too thick.
Yeah, I'm sure he wanted to have less angle on that 5.
Yes, now Michal going to be following this one up. Catching 2 rails. He's going to actually hit this with draw. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I don't mind that at all. Nice
Yeah,
shot.
he hit that real nice. Was able to sort of force that over.
Let's go then, right? By that E8.
I don't know.
You looking at it?
I mean, it might barely go. If he does go for the combo, he's going to have to hit it with follow because he does need to get this cue ball back up table. But
Looks like that's what he's doing. He's hitting it with an inside follow, I think. Oh, okay.
just playing
I
safe.
was wondering if he would do the opposite, if he'd thin that side and try to stick the cue ball where the 5 is. I like that idea, though. That's just as good. Ooh, almost got there. Brandon Wiley, Michal number 1 in my heart. Well, watch out. I think his heart is spoken for, if I recall. Better watch out, Tara. So he's going to try to foul himself or foul this guy to give him a better position on the 5. 'Cause he can't do much with this unless he wanted to try to set up a bank on it right now, huh?
Yeah, he can get Dustin to maybe try and foul into a better position, but with this particular format, there is no 3-foul rule, so it would more so just Michal trying to force Dustin to make an error.
Yeah.
Yeah, just send this cue ball up table.
Yeah, this is tough. You don't want this to leak out. And it's right against the rail, and that leaked out.
Yeah, it
So
leaked
hard
out
to
quite a
do.
bit. So left him with some distance, but it is pocketable.
And you can punch at this with even just top, maybe a hair of inside here. And if he does it with the speed to hit that pretty full, I feel like position on that 6 should be there if he doesn't hit it with full force. Oh, is he trying to spin it around? No, he did it just like that. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, I see Dustin being out from here. Just draw this back mid-table.
Yep. Ooh.
I think this is okay.
Probably shooting the 9 in the same pocket.
Yeah, he will have to cross back. This is actually interesting. He might... If he clears it, that's good, but...
Yep.
Oh,
Yep,
follow.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, come around. Need a little bounce. Okay, he's got a back cut there. Nice shot. 4-1 Hinshaw. Okay, pretty nice break there. Got a shot on the 1. Looks like you should be able to draw this straight back toward the center of the table for the 3. Little jabby, but he got the angle. Go back and forth. You'd like to be about where he is, if not a little closer to the center table. Okay, looks like good speed there. Ooh, overran it a little bit. Wow. Well, this is interesting. He can go for that back cut. He also very liable to be hitting this 9. Difficult to miss it, I might say. So he's got to make a choice if he wants to commit to that 4, the 9, or both. If he can see that 4, I think he can see a piece of that. He sure did. Committed to that 4. Worked out great. Reckon he's going to cinch draw this back center table. Should have a stop shot on the 6, a stop shot on the 7. Come around 2-3 rails for that 9.
Possible first break and run of this game here.
Okay, he might just be drawing this back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of dealer's choice here. I wouldn't mind following this if you can hit it nice with a little bit of top left. Give yourself a little bit more oomph in your stroke, but at the same time, you could, like you were saying, just draw it back. But I kind of like the follow here.
Yeah, like almost like straight top, if not a touch of inside. Ooh.
Okay.
Yikes. It looked like he was undecided in how he wanted to hit it, but he hit it anyway. Thank goodness he's straight in on this. Still feels like a tester. No one wants this 9-ball exactly, but it's hanging over the pocket more or less. Just got to bear down on this shot.
Dustin taking his time.
I would too.
Making sure he's got the line.
Stayed down, paid off.
Bingo, bango. Up 5-1. Still anyone's game, but if Dustin is not making mistakes, I mean, break and run. Shooting really good. He's taking advantage. So, yeah, we'll see.
Bingo, bango. Did you ever watch Adventure Time?
Oh, yeah.
Root beer guy? Bingo, his like alter ego of being like, what, he was like a private investigator or something. I've made that my handle on a couple of like games that I play as root beer guy. Love that guy.
Yeah, Adventure Time and Regular Show. You ever seen Regular Show?
No.
Wow. With Mordecai and Rigby.
I'll have to check it out.
A blue jay and a raccoon, and they work at a park.
Okay, I've definitely seen some of that pop up. I didn't know what it was from.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
And one swift, decisive motion kicked open the door. Oh, and I could barely see the 1-ball. Ooh, what do you do here?
I almost like sending the 1 to the sort of top right side of the 6 and then sending the cue ball down to the left corner.
Sure.
Otherwise, you could sort of maybe bank the 1 and bring the cue ball down table. Oh, we went for the 1-9 combo. The American cheese.
Okay. Well, didn't leave any hangers here.
Yeah, pretty good outcome.
Ooh, I almost don't mind trying to back cut this. Just toss my cue ball up table, maybe get a sight on the 2. As long as you got the 5, the 9, and the 8. Maybe the 7 as a blocker if you can get your cue ball up there.
Yeah, either the cue ball or the 1. then cut the 1 up to the top, leave the cue ball down here. Either way, yeah. Just making sure you get that separation and some coverage here.
I mean, you could even put the 1 up behind the 2, try to get the 1 behind the 6. Yeah, I think he went for the back cut spray and pray. I would have done the same thing, but look at that. It's so ironic. Then you get behind the 3, the 7. But he didn't leave a hanger for Dustin, so he's still got work to do. Now, he could bank this 1 rail all the way up, but I don't know that there's a big future in that, so I doubt he's looking at it. He's probably looking to put this cue ball up there. I'm sorry, the 1 ball up there and the cue ball behind the 6. Nope, behind the 9.
He's two-weighing it. Absolute two-way. Yeah. Ooh. I don't mind this.
It's a spicy two-way, though.
Yeah, it looks like the 3 may be obscuring the 1 just a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell with this angle.
Yeah, if he can't get there, he's going to have to shoot down table at that first diamond that the rack is over. No, he's going at it. He can see a piece of it. Oh, okay.
A little kiss, kiss.
Well, that's fine. Now you're going to roll up on the 3, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, roll up on the 3 all day here.
But that all you want to do is get that 2 in front of that side pocket. But you're playing cue ball all day.
I'm hiding the cue ball behind the 3 and sending this 2 down.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Ooh, don't leap. Nice shot.
Well, Dustin's options are limited, but he could go 2 rails here between the 5-7 to catch the 2. So I really like this look. I think if he hits the cue ball between the sort of the first and second diamond of the top rail, I guess a little bit closer to the first diamond, just sort of narrowly escape that 5.
Now he's looking at coming around that way.
I don't know.
It looks tough either way.
Coming 3 rails at it, I'm not sure about that.
I feel like the 2 rail looks real tricky, actually. I feel like you got to hit closer to the middle diamond. Looks like that's what he's doing. No, okay, he tried to go the other direction. Well, that was going to be hard no matter what. But this is what Michal needed. Get started here. See if we can build some momentum. Going to be a question about that 5 on the side. Looks like it probably passes the 8 if it needs to. I can't quite tell. But got a pretty open pocket up in that top left also. Maybe he's going to put the 5 in the same pocket here. Oh, hit that a lot.
Yeah, you got way too close to the 3.
Well, if he can manage to hit the 9 on the way out of this, that might be all right. But this is a weird shot to reach.
No, I think he's actually just going to come straight across. Because it looks like the 5 goes by the 7 in the side pocket.
Oh, does it?
So maybe just come straight across here. He doesn't need to do anything too fancy. But he does need momentum here. Oh, he hit it way too soft.
Oh, is he going to get there? He got there. Does he have a shot at the 5, though?
Yeah, looks like it goes on the left. So
does it?
Tricky leave now is going to be getting to the 6. He can draw it back. But he's going to have to get some...
If he can roll this with inside, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what feels tough. Is like you got to roll it with inside, not block yourself on the 9 whatsoever. Then you got kind of a steep cut on that 6, but it's doable. See what he decides to do here. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you try to stun at it, It's not getting around the 9. Insta hook.
Yeah, that one was either a little bit of a float follow or a draw.
I think it had to be float with inside, and that didn't look fun. So I don't blame him for trying to stun it and just get a little ahead of that 9. Didn't work out that way.
This is the problem, though. He has been sort of making some positional errors late into the rack, which has enabled Dustin to run out.
Yeah, it gets you in a lot of trouble in 9-ball, and there's not a lot of traffic.
And this is sort of a layup here.
Could very well be, yeah.
I mean, it's steep, but it's so close that I don't see Dustin having any issues with this.
Yeah, I think Dustin just got to decide what side of the 7, what side pocket does he want the 7 to go in. Because it goes in either. Does not go in the bottom corners. Let's see if he made a decision. Doesn't really look like he's going to get away with it, though.
Well, I think he kind of knew that it was going to be taking that path, whether he fell above the 7 or below it or into it in this instance.
And he hit it at the right pace where he didn't need to make a decision. So I think that's why he got away with it. That's just my opinion, though. I think if he had made the conviction to do one side or the other, I think you see a different kind of shot. But I think he knew he could hit it at either speed, and he's going to end up on one of the two, right? And I think and that worked out fine. I'm not mad about it either. I'd be shooting the same way if I'm up 4 or 5 racks here. So let's see what happens. I think I should be good. Oh, and he is.
All right, Dustin extending his lead 6-1. They are playing 13 racks of 9-ball, so it is possible for Dustin to win this without them seeing 8. I think Michal needs to reassess a little bit here. I think going for the runouts, he's not quite finding the lines. So if he has an opportunity when there's maybe 3 or 4 balls left to play a lockup safe or a distance safe, something that'll sort of force an error on Dustin's end, then he may need to work that into his scheme here. But for now, it is kind of Dustin's show.
Yeah, I think he just needs to get a little momentum. I think he's gotten a little unlucky on his opportunities. I don't think he's squandered that much, if any of them. He's just, to your point, a couple of late rack positional errors, and it always going to enable your opponent to get the out if there's not that much traffic in a game of 9-ball here. Plus, he's not breaking him bad, right? That goes a long way if you're breaking him okay. He's got to look at the 1 almost every time here.
Yeah, he can hit this with spin, come out 2 rails, get perfect shape on the 2. So this is all looking pretty good. Decides to go 1 rail, it's totally fine. The 4 to the 5 is a little tricky because there's not really a pocket the 5 goes into at the moment.
Goes in the same one the 4 does. Could go in the side, the opposite of the 6. Might pass the 9 to that bottom corner, I can't tell.
Yeah, 4 to the 5 and getting below the 5 is going to be tricky, but
you can combo that 6 with it too if he gets about where he is now off the 4 somehow, if he ends up trying to, stun forward on this ball here for some reason. But I don't know. I feel like I might try that. I want to make this 3, that's for sure. So I feel like, how am I getting down there on the 5 after that?
I think this is fine. Oh, he's actually going to end up on that side for the 5-9 combo. We're about to see
mind that if you can draw out of here.
See a purple Urkel cheese here.
If it goes past the 9, I might be trying to like pretend like I'm stop shotting this with a bunch of bottom left. And it might just drift down that direction. Yeah, that's he got into that one though.
Oh, wow. Mega
Nice.
draw. Ooh, if he would have
Yeah.
bumped that 7, that would have been
It's
sweet.
incredible how well that backspin took. I wonder if he was trying what I was thinking, if he was trying to just sort of stun with the draw action to get it, to get a little bit of angle, see if that 5 would go past the 9 into that bottom right. But it's a different game now.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be cutting this into the top left corner.
Can he see it?
Yeah, he's got enough of the 5 to either hit it in the middle of the 5 or on the right side of the 5. So
Yeah, it's tough because you put any follow on that, you're liable to go in the side pocket, right?
yeah, no, he's going to hit this with bottom and kind of stun out to the right rail. Yeah, what a shot.
That was a great effort.
Yeah. Would have been screwed a little bit on the 6, but, you know.
That's rail firstable.
Yeah. Not a terrible outcome, all things considered.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, though. This is the kind of shots, you know, Michal's been getting left with, too. So it becomes difficult in this stage where you're like, I'm not really getting an opportunity I can do a lot with.
Yeah, you're down 5. I like to just send this 5 to the right rail.
Yep.
And on the second diamond while you bring the cue ball to the left side.
Exactly. I'm replacing the cue ball and the 5 right here. That's ideal, what I'm trying to do. That's fine, too.
This should be okay unless it...
Teeny bounce.
No, too big of a bounce.
Big bounce. Well, I don't know if it's a makeable bounce or not.
I think it is. I think it came out a little too far. Because he can go pretty close to this 9. If he doesn't, there's a pretty good safe opportunity here as well. But if he has a makeable shot here, it's 2 rails out for the 6 on the side, and then he's pretty much out. So as long as he makes his 5 and gets the position. But yeah, you're right. It is a little tight.
Okay. Went all the way into that shot. Now, can he cut this 6 ball in?
It's thin. This is going to be a tester, but it is makeable.
See that prosciutto stroke. Oh.
Ooh, too much prosciutto.
I think he got closer to the 7 than the 6 somehow. Yeah, bummer. Well, admirable effort, though. What can you do? All right. 2-6. This guy's playing 5-ball suddenly.
Yeah, 4-ball break. It's pretty impressive.
Couldn't really hope for a better way to get things going. Landing on that 2 now is the shot.
I like going 2 rails here. Probably 11 o'clock on the cue ball. That way you have to cross the 2 pocket line, but you will be falling between the 9 and the 2 with the top left, so kind of like it better than sort of coming straight out.
I like rail first in those 2 rails.
Sure, yeah. Just like this.
Well, that... Ooh. Then you stay on that side of it.
Wanted a little bit more angle into that second rail. It took the second rail a little shallow.
Good opportunity for a safety or the bank if he likes it. Maybe not a great looking bank. Maybe he's a little above the 2, huh?
Yeah, he'd have to reverse bank this a little bit with maybe a touch of spin, which makes the bank a little more difficult. If he does go for that, he will be running into the 5, so
right.
Can make the 5 a little squirrely.
Well, I mean, you could lock him up, put the cue ball right behind the 5, yeah? Is that doable, or is it the 5 too close? Might be too close.
I think it's a little touchy safe. I think if anything, you actually bank the 2 to the short rail down here and then send the cue ball up to the top.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
Kind of went at it in the opposite way.
Was he going for the 2 in that side?
I don't think so. I think he went at it the opposite way. I think he was trying to put the 2 up there and the 1 down. I'm sorry, not the 1, the cue ball down. But gave Dustin a tester here. Now, these are fun to hit when you hit them well. If you punch this with the follow, could come back. But that 9 ball's real big, so he's going to have to either play the window, yeah, or come all the way down. Okay, another opportunity here for Michal to lock him up. Could try to bank this. I don't know that I'd advise it. I mean, I guess he could go for the cheese if he likes that. It'd be real spicy if he tried to put the cue below the 9. I don't think he's looking at that. I think if anything, I'd be trying to hit above the 9, come back behind the 5. Or just lay him up on underneath the 7.
There's a safety I've been practicing quite a bit here, where you hit this 2 almost above the 3rd diamond here on the left, and you send that 2 to the very top rail while keeping the cue ball down here. It's kind of a thin slice up, but
that's what he went for. That was what I was worried about. Oh, and he's gonna fluke it.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna fluke it. I think that was probably he was playing safe.
Yeah, he fluked it, and he got very fortunate that he has a look on the 5.
Yeah, no problem.
Otherwise, this would have been a pretty good safety.
So now you try it again, bank this into the side, and maybe you get a shot on the 7 up top left.
Mm-hmm. I think I just stop shot and try to maybe bring the cue ball behind the 9.
That's the safer bet.
But he's kind of looking at it.
Oh, that's dangerous. Because then you start flirting with the corner. Nope. He was playing that as a full safety 2-way.
Jump opportunity here. If you don't feel like clearing both of these balls, you could just jump kick into the 5. Otherwise, you do have to clear both kind of quarter balls on each. Okay, so a little bit of a reverse course here where Michal is getting Dustin to make the mistake here in the late rack. And that's exactly what Michal needed to get back into this match.
Looks like he likes drawing his way to the short side of the 7.
The 7 might actually go by the 9 in the lower left.
Does it?
I think it barely goes. So the way he's lining up, he is hitting this 5 thick.
Yeah, you must be right. Or he just likes the combo, but it's got to pass. There we go. All day it went. Nice shot. All right. Rybak closing the gap. 3-6.
All right, the standard cut break, making the 1 in the side pocket, is the optimal play. He's actually able to get the cue ball up table. The 2 is open. He could cut it into the side. Or if he wants to go for a 2-7 combo, it's a little tricky with the distance.
I think he did try that combo. Might work out, though.
Yeah, Dustin's going to have to go airborne again here. Actually caught that two a little too thin. It was interesting though because the cue ball kind of just dragged across the two.
Yeah, it was weird. Didn't expect the cue to react that way.
Yeah. He's a tad steep on this 3. He may have to consider sort of bumping the 5. Just slightly, though. I think you can roll forward with maybe a little bit of inside left and catch the 5 just barely. You'd have an angle on the 4, but still makeable.
Tried to hold it.
Oh, no. He needs a bigger
Yikes.
bump. Yeah, he wanted to hold it, but he needed that 5 to just press out like an inch and a half.
Yeah, that was just the same kind of positional error as earlier on. Just needed to bump it out of the way. There was not any avoiding that. There was no holding that. The only other option I could think of was maybe going down table, but I reckon you would have been not avoiding the 9 or the 7 necessarily either unless you were supreme on the position. But let's see. He can still get out of this. I can't tell. Can he? No, he can't kick that short rail there, huh? He's got to go that way. Well, this might work out okay if he can keep the cue ball down table.
Well, he managed to get the 6 in the way of the 4, so not the easiest opener here. Unless the 4 does go by the 6, which contemplating does not.
Nope.
So awkward starter here, but yeah, I think this is better. Not much.
I agree, though.
But
Just being that close to the rail feels treacherous when you know you got to go forward with the cue ball. It looks doable, but I think I agree. I would opt for this direction. Because, I mean, then you stun up and slide over. You don't even need to slide that much. Yeah, perfect. Cute.
yeah, I like how he manufactured an angle. Leaving yourself a little too straight on the 6, you get less options, but now he can roll forward. Ooh, no.
Yikes.
No. The only part of that roll forward was to avoid the 9 completely. And unfortunately, he caught it. So now
Yeah, surprising.
the out in this rack is a lot more interesting.
Goes for the kick.
Yeah, it's a really nice 2-rail kick. Flirted with that scratch, but he's leaving distance. And the 7 is not the easiest pocketable ball to get position with the 9.
Not
so
even a little bit. This is terrible. By Michal, I'm
speaking frankly,
hating this shot, man. All I can imagine doing is punching this to bank it, then coming back down. I think you're scratching in either corner up top if you're trying to make it.
I like punching the bank, yeah.
Otherwise, you do the same thing, but you try to roll it safe. And I think I'm just hoping for the best here. It's middle table enough, the 7-ball, that if you are trying to bank this either direction, I think it's pretty easy to not scratch. I think if you try to make it in either top corner, though, it seems real liable you're going to scratch.
If you try to make this in the top right and you hit with like left follow, it's going to die when it hits the top rail. So you're going to be stuck down there. So we'll see. I think that's what he's kind of going for here. Okay, he actually was able to avoid that side rail completely.
That worked great. Nice shot.
Yeah, leaked out just a little. But if I'm Michal, I feel pretty good about the distance.
How about on the way back? Nope.
Now it's going to hit the point and actually kind of favor Dustin on the leave here. Because if it did not hit the point, probably would have squared up right in that top left corner.
Yeah.
So Michal's going to come out with a shot here. I guess if you dig in this cue ball with draw, or dig into the 7 with draw, you could come back out.
Yeah, player
and
preference.
Cross the 9.
I'm forcing follow on this, but I think you could draw it if you wanted to. Takes a lot of juice if he's doing what I think he's doing. Okay. Nice shot. Beautiful. Hit that real smooth. All right. Nice out. Closing the gap.
Yeah, making a good comeback here. He's taking the last 3 in a row. That 1 would have hung up a little bit. Probably would have been nice, but he's got a steep cut on this 2. How steep it is, he may be bumping the 9 unless he can get some left spin on the cue ball. But then you're going 2 rails and he might be bumping the 6. So looks like he's actually going to be playing this with a little bit of inside right to hopefully hold the angle out. Okay, he's opting for the safe. Almost locks up onto the 4. But he does leave a makeable shot here for Dustin. Oh, that was incredibly cheeky save.
And a really interesting leave. Can he see a piece of that 2 at all? Or is he corner hooked?
Now he's corner hooked.
Ooh. Man, I guess, you go all out for the 2, huh?
Yeah, he's very much buried on that hook there.
That's tough.
Gonna slide by the 7 here and hopefully hits the 2 without hitting the 9.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah. All right, follow into position here. Doesn't want to land too straight on the 4. But if he does, he can always draw straight back out for the 5. He's going to be stretched out across the table, though, so this is not the easiest draw. But he doesn't even really draw back too far because the 5 goes pretty easily.
As long as he draws back to where he is now. Extension.
Good use of the extension.
Of course, ironically, maybe got perfectly straight on this ball. Shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, with the way that he's been drawing, I do not. Don't really expect this to be too difficult.
Overdrawing could be a problem, but hit it pretty perfect. I like that. Nice shot.
Yeah, and it's better to be on this side of the 6 than trying to back cut it. This way he could use the rail if he wants, or just draw straight out.
Might have liked a hair more angle, but shouldn't be a problem. Ooh, on the rail. Should be okay, though, going around the world a little bit here. Uh-oh. Yikes. Hit that real full. I think you wanted to thin that with spin. All right, closing the gap to 1.
Yeah, so Michal has taken 4 in a row. Staging a really good comeback here. I think Dustin just needs to let that mistake go because it cost him the rack, but it also wasn't really I don't know. It's not really an error that like should sit in your mind too much.
No, I'm sure it feels different though if you're in his spot and he's like that was my rack.
Yeah,
Where'd it
especially
go?
being up 6-1
Yeah.
and now you're ahead by 1. So the game has shifted momentum pretty substantially, but still a lot of game left.
Definitely have some 8-ball coming up. It's gonna be there. What, they got 2 more racks of this?
Yeah, so this is rack number 12. We'll be playing 2 more racks of 9-ball, and then they will be switching to 8. So, yeah, still very much anyone's game. Okay, 6-3 on the break. This is looking good.
Don't see any real problems here. 5 to the 7, I guess.
Yeah, 2 to the 4. You have to be pretty precise on that 4 to make sure you have the angle for the 5. But good opportunity for Michal's first break and run here of the match.
I'm just gonna pinch draw this, float down a little bit. Oh, float over there. Okay, he's gonna draw over to the other side of the table. That'll let him go back and forth and get a little better position on the 5. At least widen his margin.
This is tricky because you have to very much land in a precise lane here for the 4.
Yeah, if he's doing it like that. No, okay, that's what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was just going to sort of float there. That might work okay. I think he might be able to scoot to the short side of the 5.
I really don't like him holding off of the short rail here. I think it could be okay. He might get a little too close to the 5 though. Yeah, this is much better, like you said, playing on the short side of it.
A little tall, but should be okay. He can come back up and down the table if he needs. He might even be able to play short side on that 7. Ooh.
A little too thick. Got the position he wanted on the 7, but all right. Like spinning into this rail first to come back out, almost into the similar position the cue ball's at now. Yeah, just measuring, make sure he gets just before the point there with some spin. And the good thing about this, you don't even have to hit it hard. Oh. So what I was going to say before he struck the ball is that because of the spin, because you're hitting it rail first, by the time the cue ball takes that spin into the second rail, it almost sort of grips and rips, if you will.
Right.
So that momentum actually kind of gets a little bit of a speed boost. As you can see, now that he has this pretty long position here, It's makeable. Come back across. Take the 8 in the same corner. Yeah, just overcut that, but he's going to get lucky here.
All right. Well, for the jump, I like that idea. Maybe he misses and lands where the cue ball is now, or maybe he makes it, lands under the 8. That would be great too.
Yeah, the jump with the slice here. Cue ball will be carrying a bunch of momentum. Actually, a favorable kiss there.
Yeah.
If it did not kiss, Dustin would have had an easier 7 in the top left corner.
He might be able to hold this, though, for the bottom left where he's standing if he can back cut this.
Yeah, this is a pretty extreme overcut.
Otherwise, he just gets right on the other side of the 8. Maybe he gets it in the top right. Oh, is he trying to cut this to the right?
I think so.
Oh, he's going to play safety. Okay.
Yeah, didn't quite get there. He needed that 7 to bump off of that second rail a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So now Michal does have the cut. He can actually just roll this straight up. It'll come off that short rail and fall into the pocket line for the 8 in the lower right corner. I don't mind the safety here. You just split the 2, leave them parallel on both side rails. Otherwise, if you do go for the bank here, should be getting a pretty decent position on the 8. Yeah, see what he wanted to do. Kind of wanted to hold that 7 onto the short rail, but he actually overcut it maybe a little too much with power because the way the 7 bounced off.
This almost looks almost automatic for him to hit this with a high ball to get on the right side of the 8. Yeah, hit this with the right speed. 1-2 into line. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well,
Got
I mean, not what he planned for, but that'll work.
Yeah, very fortunate here.
Yeah, that was interesting. I felt like he was trying to thin it, come around 2 rails at that short side for the 8. But for some reason, it didn't go to the right.
Yeah, got off the rail just enough, so. A little bit of a steep cut here, but very makeable.
Take your medicine, take your time, bear it down. Dustin's made, 2, 3 of these. Okay, nice. Got a tie ball game.
Yeah, so after being up 6-1, game is now 6-6. Both these guys shooting really well. Michal has staged a pretty great comeback. I think they'll be taking a short player break after this game, since they will be switching to 8-ball. Give me time to eat one of these tacos.
Had me some tacos for lunch. A little quesadilla.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
does the job.
Yeah, with the birria in it?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. It's so delicious. Did you have the consomme too for dipping? Or
Yeah. They gave me a red sauce,
Oh man.
green sauce, and they had the pickled. They put some daikon in there.
Mm.
I even got a whole roasted jalapeno. I can't even eat that because I'm too white. And a whole fried onion.
Yeah, Taco Wednesday.
Into it.
And his break was a little funky.
Yeah.
The one ended up down table, which you don't see too often.
Can he get it from there? Looks like he might be able to get at the one.
Yeah, he has just enough of it. Getting the 2, however, it's going to be a little odd.
Might be automatic for short side. Just to get above the 5. Oh, he tried to juice it up. I don't dislike that shot, and he got away with it.
Yeah, Dustin going to have to kick at this one. Ideally, you hit the rail just before the 1. Coming into it from the side here.
Almost looks like he wants to hit that wing of the rack between the 2 diamonds there.
Mm-hmm. And sort of finding the middle point there.
Maybe just above that even with a little pace.
Yeah, if you can get this rail first, right where the 1 is meeting the rail.
You might get above the 6 and have some sort of visible on the 2.
Yeah.
Hit a little slow. And the gap between the 4 and the 7. It's going to work.
Yeah, Michal hitting a pretty good flow here now. Especially the last 2 racks coming into this one. Could play with this with right spin and try to get onto the other side of the 7 and land between the 4-7, which I think he's going to be trying to do here. Didn't quite get enough juice on it.
Might have a perfectly bankable 4, though. Okay, maybe not perfect, but I think it's got enough pocket to make it.
Yeah, I agree.
7 might be covering a small amount of it.
Either the bank or the safe here. Opting for the safe.
I like that. Nice shot. Okay. All right. Gia saying, let's go, Michal. Got $19.99 on it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the donation.
Nia, excuse me.
It looks like the 4 moved. Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah. Let's take a look at the replay real quick, but I believe it did. It nudged ever so slightly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
4 moved. Good eye, Dustin.
Can you slice this in? It looks like he might.
Yeah, 4 definitely goes in the side pocket there.
Oh, shoot. Oh, how about that, though? But we see a short stick come out for this one. Look at that. Look at that stick getting shorter.
So good contact. Does leave a shot here for Michal. I don't mind just coming straight back up middle table for this one.
Yeah.
But he hit it much too hard. Lands in an okay spot. I don't... This back cut is not great, but it does sort of flow natural off of the tangent line into the middle table for the 6. So as long as you hit this 5 pure on the top left, should be good. Actually going to be hitting this with the left spin.
Interesting. He
I
went
see.
around that way. Okay. Oh. I like that idea, though. I think I still would have tried to use bottom on it and just decided, am I coming back middle table like you were saying initially, or am I trying to stay on that side of the 7?
I think what the problem with the left spin, too, is that it throws the 4 or the 5 more. If you would have just hit with straight bottom or, just below center and played the tangent line angle, wouldn't have had to throw the 5 or at least compensate for
I think he was
throwing the
worried
5.
about the scratch in the top right, and I think he chose to go forward so he didn't have to deal with how big the 7 is if you do try to draw at the 5, like I was thinking. So I respect the decision to try to avoid that altogether and go forward, but I think trying to avoid that scratch suddenly made that 5 real missable.
Dustin drilling another great draw here.
Yeah, great speed. Interesting choice, though. I think you go forward on this, punch with inside, or you can try to spin this around.
I don't mind spinning this around almost 4 rails, but the cue ball control is paramount here.
It kind of feels like a medicine shot where you just want to bump that rail, get off the rail, take a little bit of a cut on that 9 down there in the bottom left, but decided to go around.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Into the 4th rail here. Boom.
That's the hardest part on the speed. I think he made it all right, though. I would have liked a little less angle on that, but this should be doable. He's made a few of these already that were more tricky, more of a back angle. This isn't even a back cut.
Yeah, it was interesting the way he hit that 7. The cue ball almost stalled temporarily. Oh, don't scratch. Don't do it.
Yikes.
Okay. So that's 13 racks in. They will be switching to 8 ball. They're going to be taking a small player break here, so we'll be back in just a moment. Please stay tuned. Thank you all for staying. All right, getting started here with the 8-ball portion of this game. If you're unfamiliar with the APA Masters format, it splits between 8-ball and 9-ball. So, then some good variety in the match setup. But since this is APA 8-ball, you do not need to call pocket. And it is take what you make on the break, but Dustin has broke dry. So, Michal's option here to have to go either stripes or solids. The only ball you need to call is the 8-ball. I think he wanted a little bit more off of that one, but the 5 does go on the side. But if the 5 goes in the corner, he may actually want to take that. We get a little bit better cue ball position. Pretty steep cut here on the 4. He does risk sort of coming cross table and running into the 11, which could cause a scratch in the side pocket. But if he hits it with a little bit of top right, he should be able to fall below the 11. Top right indeed, but he actually overcut the 4. $13 goes clean. The purple one. I feel like I'd prefer to take the purple here. He may just play safe. Smart shot. When you have this many blockers at your disposal, it is best to use them early in the rack. The last thing you want to do is sort of run the rack out and not have the out onto the 8. So checking Michal's momentum and possibly giving himself a better opportunity. So a good save here from Dustin. Okay, the problem ball here for Dustin is the 15, right up near the 3. He may be able to manufacture a breakout now with that 9. So make this 9 in the top right corner, hit this cue ball, maybe like between 9 and 10 o'clock spin. Yeah. Nice job. He's able to free that up. Doesn't necessarily need to go the 15 on the top right at the moment because he does have enough angle to make that 15 in the top left. the way that the 4 is currently at for Michal, I think going after this 12 is a good choice. Yeah, hit that. That was buttery smooth. Falls into line on the 14. So Dustin's looking pretty good here. He'll be using that 11 to get back up to the 15. So just needs to draw this out, give himself enough angle. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. He just needs to come straight out here, and he needs to fall below the 11. If he overruns this, it's going to be pretty touchy. Yeah. And he didn't quite fall on the 15 the way he needed to. So if he can, this will be pretty crafty, but if he can cut this 11 in the side with bottom left draw, fall between the 4-6, 2 rails out for the 15 backup table. Yeah, I think it was just too steep. Too steep of an angle. Well, if I am Michal, I like keeping the cue ball pretty much where the 7's at. So if you can do a little bit of a bank, maybe just a touch of bottom right to make sure the cue ball stays behind the 6, that line from the 6 to the 11. I think you'd be pretty good. Could also just roll up, but he's going to make a couple shots here now. Two goes by the 15, just barely in the top left. But he wants to save the 2 and the 3 since they are the closest balls to the 8. Getting onto the 8 from those 2 will be much easier than getting onto the 8 where it currently stands using the 4-7. All right, so he can stop shot or just draw back off of this 4. About 1 to 3 inches, something like that. Just make sure that he's off of the rail when he goes at this 2 next. Okay, it looks like he actually wants to go for the 3. Interesting. Maybe he overdrew it. He's going to have to accept the 3 now. Because getting from the 3 to the 2 is a bit trickier than going from the 2 to the 3. But he handled it well. Just needs to make sure he comes out 2 rails. I don't mind falling a bit below this 8 and accepting a little bit longer of a shot. The last thing you want to do is come up short. Yeah, so he's...
Ooh. Spun it around. He did not get short.
Yeah, and he's on the rail, so a little long.
Not ideal. Totally doable. Another one of those just bear down and make it shots.
It is very straight, though. So, kind of one of the tougher leaves you can give yourself. Yeah, that's what I was saying about it being too straight. It's such a hard shot off the rail.
Especially with the, is it the 11 over there or the 13?
Yeah, so you got the 11 and the 15 on the table still.
Yeah, the 11 just hanging over the side, just slightly above it, made also a little added pressure to that shot. Because it's not like you could miss it, leave the cue ball where it is, and great. Don't really have a nice shot on the 15, but that 11 sitting right there for him.
Yeah, there's pretty much no bad position after making this 11 as long as he doesn't hit it with extreme power.
Yeah, a tricky bit could be this angle if he if he can't really get any bottom on this ball. You know, that corner might loom a little funny.
Yeah, he can just hit this with a little bit of left, though. He doesn't even need bottom. Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Ouch. Okay, 7-7.
This very well could be a hill scenario here. Okay, rack number 15.
You're going with the side break on that second ball. Often, this ends up being the layout, which could be not too bad. Maybe a bit of clusters down table like you're seeing. And then often, the cue ball is down table where it is here too.
Looks like he made one of each, so this table is still technically open.
What do you like shooting?
I mean,
I either like playing safe off that 11 or trying to one pocket that bank, you know, back in that bottom right corner.
yeah, I mean,
And if I don't like it, I feel like I can play safe, put the cue ball back where it is now. Just, yeah, tap that left side of the 11 like he looks like he's trying to do. Oh, he went somewhere else.
I think he was definitely going for the bank there,
Yeah.
but hit it a little funny.
Yeah, maybe just rushed the execution a little bit.
I actually think he hit it with too much spin. Just kind of the way that the 11 took off of the rail, it almost immediately went towards the short rail.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Like maybe he caught it thicker than he thought
Mm-hmm.
by a bit.
So this is open.
Doesn't look like he likes stripes.
Yeah.
He's looking at that one ball hard, I think.
It's kind of a tricky opener, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you could run this cue ball into the 6 after making the 1.
Well, I don't think that hurt him at all.
No, I mean, in this scenario, there's still not really an open shot. He could reach over the 12 and take the 1 in the upper right.
Can he see the 4?
Could maybe go for the 4 as well. So it's kind of the 2 choices he has. But he's going to opt for another safe here.
Yeah, I might do the same. You just got to be careful not to flick that that 6 ball out. Which is tricky because you might just tap this 10 ball to available. Well, no, okay. He executed that pretty well. Now that might go all the way past the 6 up into the corner.
Yeah, Dustin could take the 12 into the upper left corner. Okay, 1 for the 3.
I was kind of wondering if that 3 might go on the side. Looked like he was trying to put it up to the top right.
Yeah, he may have wanted also to sort of expedite this game a little bit. Free up a cluster without, without selling out, but, sort of getting out of this stalemate safety battle here. Really have to be thinking about breaking out this 11, though. Are you going to use the 10 to break it out, which I think he might be looking at, or do you use the 9 to break it out?
I think I'm going for the 10. I like that idea.
Yeah, I like breaking this out now.
Yeah. Ding. Ooh, almost went right back. That's fine, though. It passes now in either corner.
Just needs to be mindful of how he's going to navigate the 14 to the 13. As long as he can stay on the left side of the 9. If he lands flat on it, he can either stop shot it or roll forward past the 5.
He wants to be below the side pocket on the 9, right? Nope.
Yeah, he overhit it.
Going for the corner on it? I couldn't quite tell.
No, yeah, he wanted to go
right
there.
He wanted exactly to be below the side.
And take that stop shot. And then he would have...
This isn't terrible, though. I feel like you could back cut this and get around all that traffic, and you might land somewhere, above it to get to whatever that purple stripe is up there.
So he wants to get that line, which tells me, this is not an easy hold.
No.
He's going to have to go 2 rails for sure.
Yeah, that angle on the 14 might just be too steep. Wow, okay. I didn't think he could hit that. Look at this position. What a shot. This is a little funny, though. I feel like you decide to go back and forth, or you kind of roll it with a bunch of inside.
Yeah, he almost has to force follow this with top right.
Shoot, you could almost bank this. I think I like the inside roll shot.
Do you mean bank this green into the 13?
Yeah. It's like just almost at the right angle where it might not be a bad idea to go for it, but it's going to be still so tricky to get the shot on the green stripe if it does hit that in. Because you're not even guaranteed it's going to stay there. It might get on the other rail. And if you're behind the 5, he tried that.
Oh, he did it.
I like it.
Yeah,
Nice shot.
He hit it real sweet. Yeah, hit it soft enough, but pushed through that top right just enough for when it made contact with the rail, it just took all of that spin.
Are you powering backwards on this?
No, no, I think he's gonna stun it out. Oh, he did power back.
I was wondering if that 3 was too much in the way. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, come back right there. Got the 8 in the bottom left. I'm sorry, bottom right. Oh, that's the 5. He's already on the 8. Well, he's perfect then. Nice shot. Nice out.
So yeah, Dustin misses the 3 in the top right corner. Michal takes advantage. Finds his way out of that rack.
This is his first lead?
Pretty tough positions. And it might be his first lead.
I mean, he might have got the first rag. No.
Yes, this is his first lead of the match.
Looks like he didn't quite get as direct of a hit on that second ball as he probably was anticipating. The 3 passes, kind of like that. The 1 to the 4 might not be a bad option either. Can't tell if you can see enough of that 7 to slice it up table, but I think I'm feeling solids on this rack just because of that pink stripe.
Yeah, I don't mind starting off with a 1-4 combo here.
If he stays where that 1 is, more or less, I can't tell if that 7 would pass in the side. Might not be a big deal anyway, because that's the 2 ball he's next to, right? Not the 10?
The 10 is directly next to the cue.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay, it
the
is.
2 is below.
Well, that might be okay then still.
I think
Yeah,
the problem is
choices.
getting back onto the 3.
Right. Okay. Ooh.
Nope.
Wow.
Did not catch a friendly bump there.
At least he's got the 6 ball.
Yeah.
That he can play into.
At least he has the 6 ball.
Right, leave him down there. Well, I know. It just looks rough, right? Like,
yeah,
gosh, I don't even know if he can hit the 2 from where he's at.
No, it's a pretty rough leave here.
If he can hit the 2, I kind of like going for the 2, leave him locked up behind the 6.
Yeah, I think the 8 is a little too much in the way there.
Yep. Tried to glue him to the back of the 11, maybe.
This is okay. He's moved the 2 in front of the 10. The 11 is still an issue for Michal from this position. If you go after the 14, you will need to draw off of that rail to give yourself a look at the 9. Guess you can play it with follow and hope you get good on the 12. Yeah, looks like there's just enough rail. Okay, rearrange the furniture a little bit here. I think I like making the 2 and trying to bump the 3 out.
Yeah, or holding for the 6 in such a way that you can make the 6 in the other corner to break the 3 out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like he's got not too steep of an angle. He could probably hold that ball. Do you think he can make the 7 though?
Yeah, I think it squeaks by.
I like that if so. Give him a little bit better of an angle to use the 2 maybe to get at the 3. But
Well, see, he bumped the 12 out,
I think
which
he wanted that.
yeah, bumping the 12 out helps Michal more than it helps him.
Yeah.
The 3 might barely go by the 11. But yeah, I think using this 2 now to break that 3 out is probably the play. You got to make the 2 though. So this is actually looking pretty good for Michal now.
Yeah.
As long as he can make this 10, which is doable, he should be able to thread his way back up middle table between the 8 and the 15 and have some options. I'm a little surprised he's going after the 11 here. The 11 would actually be a pretty good ball to stop shot and then take the 8 in the right side pocket.
Yeah, I think he's worried about the 10.
Oh, there's no 10.
Oh, is that the 2?
Yeah, it's a 2. Okay. Yeah. So if he goes 12, then he can go 9, 15, 13, 11.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you then. I think.
Yeah.
It made sense if it was the 10. Yeah, you can hold this right there. He comes back for over there. Interesting.
This is fine. Now you can actually shoot the 13. And then depending how you fall, go 15-9 or 9-15.
Yep.
Just make sure you have the 11 last.
Got a little high up on it.
Yeah. I would have liked to be almost dead straight on the 9. This is a little funny now.
Yeah, now it's difficult to not hit the 15.
If you try to pinch draw, yeah. This cue ball could get away from him, so. Yeah, wanted to take the 2 rails, but
Super thick on that ball. It's so hard to avoid that corner.
yeah, if I were Dustin, I was thinking I'd probably not be getting back to the table based on the layout that he had, but now this is Dustin's rack to lose.
You mean win?
Well, I'm saying that he has the opportunity to win, but you know,
totally.
Like, not the best opener, but take what you're given here. 3 in the side. It's a good choice. Now he needs to decide if he wants to get onto the 5 now or get onto the 5 after the 6. I kind of like getting onto it now. But this is a very particular shot. You don't want to run too far up on the 5. And you don't want to run too low. So this tells me he was going for the 6.
Yeah, I think I would have liked the 6 first. I didn't mind getting up table after that.
Well, I guess just the 6 to the 5 is kind of awkward.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of like the 2 to the 5. I think I would have started with the 6. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so he juiced this one quite a bit.
Okay. So, all right. Goes on the side, doesn't it?
It sure does. Problem is you make this 5. Cue ball kind of threads the needle between the 8 and the 15.
I know. If it was me shooting, I would make the 5, and then I would also make the 8 and the cue ball. Just like that.
Oh, boy.
Okay. At least you can see it.
Yeah. Oof. Doesn't go by the 11. It might.
Yeah. Do you kicking at this?
I think it might actually just go by the 11 on the corner. Really? Yeah. I think it barely goes.
If it barely goes with some pocket speed, then I'm definitely shooting it. Just giving it a long, hard look.
Otherwise, you cross bank maybe. But then you run into the 11, and that probably flies into the path. Yeah, I guess it doesn't quite go. Ooh, he overcut the 15. Didn't quite sell out this 8 ball. God, this cut is so steep. I don't really know if I like it, but it is kind of the only shot he has.
Right.
Because I don't really like the bank either.
I don't either.
So,
I mean, well,
at least if you go for this 8.
It's not terrible. Because if you leave him on the top rail behind the 15 where the 11's in the way, but he seems to have not a lot of trouble with those shots. That was nicely done.
Yeah, his cuts have been pretty superb this game. So, 8-8. Tying this game back up once again. Dustin to break. All right, rack number 17. We are tied 8-8. Thank you all for tuning into this match. It's been a hell of a match so far. Both these players playing really good. Looks like a dry break.
Mm-hmm.
Couple clusters.
I'm gunning for stripes if I'm shooting.
Yeah. I mean, solids are more open, but that 5
Yeah,
being
that's
where
why.
it's at is awkward. I think I take solids.
All right, Michal's with you.
Just because, like, the 13 doesn't go by the 2 currently. You've got that sort of tied up 12 and 14.
It's a combo waiting to happen.
I feel like he has a few opportunities down table here, though, to break out that 5.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think that's the key is if you get that 5 out, then I do like solids better.
Maybe goes 4, 7. Okay, 7 first. Yeah, I'm really interested to see which ball he uses to break out the 5. Because the 1 goes by the 9 pretty clean. Don't know if I would have done that.
I mean, if he saw that line, that was pretty impressive. He was able to slap the purple stripe into it in an effort to break it out. Kudos to that effort if that was the case.
I think what I would have liked is to have an angle on an object ball to hit like bottom left, and the cue ball runs into that 14, which then punches that 5 up table.
Yeah.
Because when you hit the 14, and if you're able to get some spin, the cue ball would actually have a pretty decent shape for the 1 in the side pocket. But now he's pretty straight on this 2. Yeah, so again, trying to muscle it out, but it was just a little too straight. So I actually do not see him running out here. Unless he can somehow...
I think you got to take your medicine on this and see where you can get on the 3. But I think you're right. It's going to be a tricky business.
Because there's no way you're getting to the 5 now. What I was going to say is if you drew back on that 1 and you accepted a very hard cut on the 3 into the lower left, you could use the cue ball's momentum to kind of smash into the 12, 14, 5 and break that out. But now
the clear, obvious answer is you bank this 3 right into the bottom of the pink stripe, and you make the 5 all the way up in the top right corner. Obviously.
The bank quad combo.
Yeah, come on. What else would you do? Michal's going to show me right now. Here's what you should do. Like this. Play a safety. Not a bad idea. Because that way, he can't play safety on the bottom of that pink.
Well, I mean, all Dustin has to do now is actually just hit the 15 and keep the cue ball at the top.
I feel like I'd be hitting the 10. I think because the 5 is going to be pretty available.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is you basically force me how to shoot the 5.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make him work for it, though.
So you're going to either hit the 10 or the 15, just kind of keep the cue ball up there.
Yeah, I'm banking the 10 right into that 5. Why not? As long as I don't expose the 3, I guess.
I don't know if I'd want to tie up more stripes. I feel like you're in a pretty favorable spot right now with stripes and creating more clusters.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you just catch the 15 thick on purpose.
I think this is fine. Didn't quite leave him the 5, and he didn't quite leave him the 3. So, if anything,
Michal's gonna one rail tap into the 3. I bet.
I agree,
Why not?
and just leave the cue ball pretty much where the 3
He's
is.
gonna have a bank on the 9. So what? Tricky because it looks like it's stuck to the rail almost. Speed control. Oh, he's going at it, though. Wow. He went at the 5. He almost hit it. I can't believe he didn't hit anything. That was an amazing effort. I don't know why he didn't try to roll up on that 3, though. That was risky.
I was going to say, I kind of like having the 12 comboing the 3 and just making the 3.
Sure.
But I think he's actually going to... Okay.
That's fine, too.
As long as he doesn't give a shot on the 3, which he did not.
That might be rail firstable. Not that it's going to land nicely on the 5.
Yeah, rail first, a little bit of spin. Maybe a touch of a masse. All right, so he's actually going to intentionally foul here. Oh, maybe not. Wow.
Nice hit.
Yeah. Freed the 5 up. So now this rack actually potentially favors Michal. With the way that the 14 is currently sitting.
And Dustin does not want that to happen.
I think I just go after potting some balls here. Maybe make this 12.
If the 9's not frozen, lock him up behind the purple stripe. I'm sorry, the pink stripe.
He's going to go for another safe here.
That's fine, too.
Send the cue ball up table.
This looks like it could leak if you don't hit it right, but he hit it pretty good. That's a jump shot, though. If he makes his jump.
Well, he's left-handed, so yeah, makes it a little weird.
I don't mind it rail first if he thinks he can get there.
I think he might get in the short queue. It's a bit of a reach.
Yep.
Yeah, he's tall, but he ain't that tall. Yeah, so a little bit of a masse into the rail first.
Yeah, and I wonder if soft with left spin could get there. Yeah. Oh, hit it tough. But, oh, interesting. Okay. I don't mind that either. I was thinking if you played it soft, you stay right there and you have the 5 either. If it doesn't go all the way to the top left, it might go in the side. But this is okay, too. If he can get back and forth on the table. He's got to Cuttable, but not maybe appetizing shot on the 8.
I think as long as he makes this 5 and goes back and forth, he should be pretty good on the 8. As long as he doesn't fall too much middle table. If he ends up on the left side, he's pretty primo. But you got to make the shot.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, he almost landed bad, but he has a shot on the 10. So Dustin is asking about the rule, which is applicable in BCA, where you call safe and you make your ball, and your opponent has to shoot. But unfortunately, in APA, you call safe and make your ball, you still have to shoot in 8-ball. So he's kind of forced to make this here and try to break this out, or play just a good enough safe. Wow,
Yeah,
that was
might work
nice.
out. I like that idea.
Yeah, that was smart. Don't try to be too aggressive. Kind of force Michal to come up with a shot here. Almost drilled that. Great position on the 8-ball too.
Same thing. Lay him up behind the 14. And if you got a shot on the 15, why not take it? He's going to trap him on, try to glue him to the 11. Yeah, right behind it. That's fine. All right, Michal going to be jumping at this again, I bet. So does he go for the bank?
No way. That's so risky.
Yeah, I agree. But what else do you do?
I guess you could try to jump bank the 5 into the top right corner. But then your cue ball's running away from the 8. I think that you kind of have to, though. Because it's way too risky to bank straight across. I mean, he's not leaving Dustin the easiest out here.
He can be out right now if he gets that purple stripe down. He can play safe if he likes to as well. I think there's a pretty good two-way there.
I mean, he could even just hit this 14 and leave the cue ball down here.
Yeah.
I mean, plenty of choices here. I guess it just depends if he feels like taking the offense now.
Okay, went for the safe deliberate. I think he got there.
Yeah, this looks good. Gonna have to go at this 2 rails. Side rail, top rail, into the 5. Hit this with some speed and some spin. Oof.
Field goal. Yeah, good looking out. It is indeed an exciting game. It's a good match. These guys are not letting up.
Thank you again, Nia, for the donation. Appreciate your support. Yeah, this has been a really good game. I really like Dustin's safety game in this particular rack. Really making sure that he doesn't sell out to Michal.
Ooh, that a little tough. Shouldn't be a problem. All right, nice out. All that hard safety work paid off.
Thank you all for tuning in. If you're enjoying the content, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell as well to be notified when we go live. My name is Zach Ross, Q Sports Communicator here at Ox Billiards. We run these matchup streams twice a month. Love showcasing various skill levels. I think it's a good opportunity for players to be able to see themselves on stream, see the choices that they make. Sometimes I give some insight. Other times I don't. It's all part of the process. All right, got a pretty good spread here, but unfortunately, nothing dropped. So, Michal with the choice here. I think in terms of openers, I'd probably take stripes. 15's a little awkward, but so is the 1. Question is, how do you bump out that 15?
You could play the bank on it. Once the 11's out the way.
I don't know. The 6 is...
Is it in the way?
Yeah.
Oh, it totally isn't. Oh, maybe he's fixing to try to get in there now. I don't mind you trying to use the 11 to get there now. I think he did try to bump that ball out. But I thought you could skim the 11, use the top rail to come at it, hit the 1.
There might be an opportunity here. If you can make this 12 and then land straight-ish on the 15, he could actually draw off of the 15. Or the 13, rather. The purple ball. Draw off of the purple. Ooh. Yeah, I think he was trying to manufacture something there.
Yeah, stood up on that. Okay. Ran into a little traffic.
Now the same question here for Dustin. How does he break that 1 out?
Mm-hmm.
He could force follow the 3 into the 11 to make that.
Whoa, that is a it going down table? Looks like it. Yeah, tough to execute. He's got the 7 off the 3.
You could also potentially just make the 3. And the 1 does go by now on the top right, so whereas the 15 does not quite go. Maybe it does. The 1 definitely does. I think you're right. 7.
Yeah, because it should push the 3 up. Ooh, a little funny, but again, yeah, pushed it up. Shouldn't be a problem. 1 ball is going to be the trickiest bit. And it's almost like if you can get to the rail just below that side pocket without getting hampered by that purple stripe. I kind of don't mind hitting this 3 up softly and then trying to maybe stun draw my way to the other side of the table. Don't really like the angle, though. Feel like I'd be drifting real close to that side pocket, perhaps. Okay, he's going to start with the 6 instead. I don't mind that either. Because then he might be trying to hit the 1 out now. Nope. Interesting.
Hmm.
I guess he was trying to just sort of stun draw back for the 3 in the same pocket. Maybe as though he could stun or force follow toward the 1 after that.
Yeah, or maybe he was trying to find this window down here between the 8 and the 13, and he has that look on the 1, and he can actually make the 1 and sort of bump the 15 while getting shape on the 3 in the side pocket. But yeah, I think he just maybe overdrew. Well, obviously overdrew because he scratched.
Looks like Michal thinks this can go too, maybe. Or he's going to just try to bump it and glue him to the 1. No, he's going for it, yep.
Okay, hit this with a little bit of bottom right. Perfect. Came directly into the pocket line for the 13. So for those of you looking to improve your game, one thing that helps immensely is looking at the pocket line of the object ball that you want to make next and flowing the cue ball into that line. So in that example, he played bottom right because it allowed the cue ball to react off the top rail and take the line towards the 13, which he knew he wanted to make in this lower right corner. And if you can map out shots that allow you to do that more often, so for instance, he floated into the line for the 8 in the side pocket. And sometimes you can't do that and you have to cross the pocket line, but the more often that you can sort of map out your cue ball to the next object ball on the table, gives you a way better chance of running out.
Yeah, the pros always tell you play into the line of the shot. That's what they mean. Don't cross the object ball, but play into the line of the object ball. Okay. 9-9.
Well, I suspect this game will just be trading racks. I think it'll go 10-9, and then it'll be 10-10.
Could be.
That's my thought anyway. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. I know we had some guesses earlier, but let's see if any opinions have changed. Very tight game here. Stay tuned. All right, breaking off rack number 19. Still going for that second ball break because in APA, if you do snap the 8 on the break, it is a win.
Got a much better contact on that one that time.
Yeah, he definitely hit that second ball a bit more full, which allowed the rack to sort of spread out a little bit more. Not as many clusters, but still some tight pathways here. And given the layout, I think I like solids.
Yeah.
Getting onto the 5, you'll probably have to use the 2. You'll probably want to make the 1 and then the 6.
Oh, maybe the 5 up in the top right.
Yeah, you could do that too now, actually. Just punch that 5 in the top right. Maybe a little bit of draw and make sure he has a look at the 6. Definitely needs to free that 6 up soon just so he has looks on the 4 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Just very slightly off angle there.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't really sell anything out.
No.
I mean, he did create a problem for himself now with the 8-4. But he also moved a couple stripes closer together. Mm-hmm. Again, not the not the worst outcome.
Yeah. If he can get back to where he is, get a shot on the 7 or the 6. Went with the safety.
Yeah, with this particular layout, I don't really see a reason to be aggressive here. Hmm. I think you could just hit the 6 out a little bit and freeze the cue ball to the 12.
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. I'm not really sure what.
But
He's trying to just tap the 8 out of the way here. Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, Adam. Thank you for joining us. As you can see, you are walking into a tied game. Both these players really going after some safety battles. Last 2 racks here. First one to the hill definitely has some pressure alleviated. Nice shot. A 12. I don't think it goes by the 6. So you may have to bump that out eventually. Maybe it does just barely squeak by. Yeah, it must. Okay. Well, he landed on the top side of the 15, so he's going to have trouble getting to the 11. So I think he's just going to have to pinch draw this back a little bit.
Yeah.
And then use the 9 as a means to get up. Okay, he's going to take on the 13 first. He's going to have to rip a draw here.
Yeah, should be fine as long as you don't overcook it.
He actually might even be okay landing a little flat on the 11.
Yeah.
Just so he's able to draw back and get pretty straight on the 8. Because it's a pretty narrow window that you have to hit for the 8.
Yeah. Okay, went forward. Don't mind that.
Wow, that was sick. That was sick. He's a little close to this pocket.
Yeah, however, I think he should be able to get around this. Is that the 2 up there?
Yeah.
I mean, he can draw it back again if he doesn't like it.
Yeah, I think you're right that he could maybe follow, but if you bump that 2, you're totally screwed.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I might opt for the drawback if I'm really hesitant about it.
No, it died.
Wow.
Oof. Okay, well, rail first into this 8. And he's going to have to catch it pretty perfect.
Yeah, and there's that other corner down there looms large if he hits it bad. Ooh, but he was not looking to hit it bad. Nice shot, nice out.
Sweet. Super smart using the 6 to carry him off of, to get to the hill first. Dustin up 10-9, going into rack number 20. Thank you all for sweating this match with Kyle and I.
It's been a good one.
Yeah, both of these guys have capitalized on mistakes, but they've also played some really good safes and come out with some really good shots. So, yeah, it's been a really solid match, which is what we like to see here. Okay, it looks like Dustin is switching his break up. He is going for the second ball break. Maybe just trying to win this right here with an 8-ball snap. 8-ball's moving.
It's moving.
Is it got momentum?
Not quite. It's still a nice break, though.
Yeah, really nice break. Looks like he made 1 stripe. Yeah, he's made 1 stripe. And he has no great openers on stripes. So he has to take stripes. Oh, actually, he has a 10 ball right here.
Oh, it is a 10, yeah.
Yeah, kind of looked like an 8.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh, that's great.
never mind. There's
if
two.
he's
There's,
stop shots it. He's got his way up with the 11 in the top left if it passes a 6.
what do you mean? There's not 2 8s on the table?
I thought there was for a minute. Ooh,
Oh,
Rattler. Wow. Okay.
Rutrow. Still not an easy out for Michal here, as the 4. Let's see. Let's take a look at the 4. It doesn't quite go by the 9. So, in order to get up onto that, he's going to have to find kind of a tricky path to land short side. Yeah, he double hit it.
Bummer.
Okay, so Dustin misses a shot, but Michal makes a queuing error. I think you start at the top of the table here with ball in hand. Oh, well. No, I take that back. Since the 8's up there, you want to take these out first. 14, 11, 10, 9, 12, 13, 8, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the easiest leave. You may have to actually combo one of these balls into the 9.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about that.
Oh, he found the window.
Yeah, it's like probably what he's going to plan to do here. He decides if he wants to use the pink or the purple.
He may have actually just found the window to hit the 9 clean.
That'll work too.
It's kind of hard to tell with either of these angles, but
You might be right.
no, I think you're right. He's going to use the purple here. Oh.
Got away from him a little bit, but that's okay because he got.
Yeah, he's shaking
back
his
to the
head
pink.
because I think he knows he got a little fortunate here. That could have been pretty nasty with the 8 tie up, but
Yeah, because now it's a little tricky. I think he's got enough room. He can come back and forth across the table, try to hit below the side, or you can try to get real cute with some draw action here.
I think if he punches this with a tad bit of inside left, he would actually be able to come straight back out. Kind of what he was looking at,
Yeah.
back into the rail.
I don't mind that either. If he thinks he can get it from the other side of the table. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I like coming straight back out here.
Make it simple. That way you can just focus on making this ball.
Yeah, you're not running into the 8, not running into the 1. Needs a little more juice, though.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Going for the short stick.
Uh-oh's right. Yeah. Wanted to make sure that the spin took, but then didn't have enough oomph
Mm-hmm.
in the shot, so Jump opportunity here. Relatively straightforward jump, but not the easiest. Obviously, the angle's pretty funky.
Yeah, easy to get behind the one. Almost.
Well, it's definitely safety time here for Michal. Just thin off of this 3 and hide yourself behind the 2.
Yeah, just don't foul and you're fine. Yeah.
The jump bank would be pretty sick. Yeah, just caught it a little too thin. But legal contact.
Yep.
I think Michal does pretty much the same thing he did last time, except this time he's going to hit the 4.
Yeah, he might make a few first here.
I think he may as well just continue trying to work a ball in hand. He's got some good blockers up there. Or just like stop shot on the 4, maybe draw it back a little bit. Just make sure you don't give him a window.
I think he's got to go down table with this.
No, I mean his stripe is near the dot.
What?
I mean, it looks like he is going to go for the make here. But if he wanted to safety, I would try to keep the cue ball kind of where it's at. Landed nice. He's got options.
Three, 2, 5.
Could go 3-1.
I like that too.
I think,
once it's funny if you try to get at it after the 5. Yeah, he's trying to get it now. I like that idea.
yeah, because he was kind of looking at the 1 in the top right, but I think because it's kind of shaving near the 8, he doesn't want to make contact with it. So
I wouldn't mess with that either. It doesn't even look like it goes to me from here.
yeah. So now, depending if he lands short or long, he's got the 5 or the 2. This is kind of a drill here. 5, 2, 7, 6, 8. All of these are basically low left or stun out shots in a row.
Yeah, I'd love to maintain that same angle on these shots.
Okay. Found the pocket line. Oh, no.
Side pocket.
Yeah.
Plan B.
Plan B indeed. Wanted to overran that one, but overran it just good enough to give himself shape. So this is to tie the match up here 10-10.
All right.
All right, we've got a hill game, folks.
Hill thriller.
Rack number 21. Stay tuned.
All right. This one's for all the marbles.
Going for that second ball break. See if he can snap off an 8 for the win. Eight ball moved nowhere. So got a shooter's rack. He made both green balls, which is kind of cool. So he's got options. I think I take stripes.
Yeah, why not?
Looks like the 10 goes in the lower right once you get rid of the 13. Yeah, but the 15's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
Might go on the side.
you don't really have the best opener on solids. You could take the 2 in the corner, but if you miss that, you're kind of giving Dustin an opportunity to go on a little run. Misjudged that one. I wonder if Dustin will go after solids. 4 goes in the lower left corner, but the 7 currently does not have a pocket. So, yeah, I think solids look a little bit better. Not by much, but
Maybe it does go. 7 goes between the
oh,
4 and 9.
yeah, I see what you're saying. I guess it does. Do a little sideways head turn here.
Yeah, maybe he's looking at that now. He could try to get underneath the 4, I suppose.
He's trying to see if the 4 goes in the lower right to potentially make the 3, make the 1 kind of stun over. But yeah, he is going to be lining up the 7 through the gates. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it must go. I don't like this. I don't mind this idea, too. If you can get underneath it, speed feels tricky, which then makes the shot extra tricky. Oh.
Mm. Yeah, that was tough. It was so narrow.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I think this is going to cost him.
And probably should. But I like the idea, though. If he had hit that right to have it stick up there, Dustin would have been in a pretty tough spot.
Well, honestly, this is not an automatic out.
Nope. Yeah, still work to do.
So he's going to go with his original plan. Make this 4 in the top left. But the angle you need to give yourself on this 7 to kind of punch out for the 1 is
Right.
a little tricky. Hmm. think he's trying to leave him? No, he can't be leaving himself for the 1.
He might be trying to bank the 7. Oh, you're right. He was going for the 1.
Oh.
Well.
It's not an easy decision for me how either the way the 4 is just a hanger now.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not really a ton of safe options, so I think he's kind of just have to go for something here. Looks like he's going to take the 11. The rack. Forcing the cue ball to stop. Okay, well, respect. He was playing for the out.
I was thinking I might take that shot last. Didn't mind at first, though, 'cause then, it's out of the way. Just feel like those other 3 balls would have been a little trickier after that 9 rather than before it. But still would have had an open shot.
And I think maybe he went after it now just because the other balls on the table sort of leave less of a clean pathway for Dustin to go.
It's kind of the one insurance ball, though.
Yeah, for sure. Because, the 7 didn't go until now.
Yeah, he moved the rack a little bit, which maybe moved at the 15. Okay, I'm just going to take it out of the way.
Ideally, he lands the angle on the 1. No. was going to say, ideally he lands where he can make the 1 in the lower left, and then the cue ball bumps into the 12. And then he can take that 8 in the side.
I thought maybe he was going to try to draw back straight center table for that angle to get the 1 in the bottom left. Now I can't tell if does it cut to the side? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it totally does. He's going to have to swing this around.
That's okay.
It's so close, though.
Yeah, no guarantees. Could smack the bottom of that 9, but even then.
Well, actually, he only needs to bring the ball close-ish to the 9.
That's what I'm saying. Even if he does hit the 9, you're probably hitting it to the right and not getting stuck underneath it, in which case you're going to have a sliver of that 8 in the side.
I feel like the cue ball momentum is just going to take so much here, though.
Yeah. Because if he doesn't move the pink stripe, it's going to be large, if he's trying to get around it.
But if he does bump into the pink, I feel like he's going to actually have the cue ball float below
the 10.
The 10. Yeah. So, tough out here.
Jump shot for the win.
I mean, hitting either of those windows is going to be really hard. And he just barely overran it. So here we go.
Yeah.
For the win. There it is for the win.
Nice shot.
Incredible out from Dustin. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. An incredible match we had. Dustin beating Michal 11-10.
In a hill final.
I'm Zach Ross.
I'm Kyle Eck.
Thank you all for joining us. If you like it, hit the subscribe, ring the bell as well to be notified when we go live. See y'all next time.